Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up, guys? We don't even have a name for this podcast. Welcome to the podcast.
Not yet.
Not yet. This is season 1, episode 1. My name is Toka. And I'm joined by my co-host, Tyler. We want to start this podcast because as two up-and-coming rappers, I feel like we have interesting takes on hip-hop in general as people who have been members of it for quite a number of years now. And also just to mess around and show our personality, show what we do, show what we like to talk about all the time in general and stuff, and just have a good time. And yeah, we're going to be trying to bring these out to you guys like once a week. I think this will be a really good time. Yeah,
I agree. I think we have some really different takes too.
Yeah,
just
for
as
sure.
each other and like with our contrasting but
Yes.
connecting personalities.
For sure. Absolutely. Definitely some different music tastes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Homeboy's probably
Pretty similar
listening to
taste, but
fucking
different.
Big while I'm listening to the Marias right now.
First thing that I think we should talk about is some of the things that we're going to do on this podcast looking ahead in the future. So I already know that obviously it's going to be a bunch of hip hop talk. I'm sure we'll talk about basketball a little bit too.
Yeah.
Because we're both into that right now, and right now is a great time to be talking about basketball. Overall, especially in the hip hop thing, I think we're gonna do like drafts, things like that, rank albums, stuff like that. You know, all that fun nerdy hip hop stuff that I'm sure all you guys are into. We're gonna be talking. I think we're gonna be having a lot of artists on here to do like some interviews and stuff like that.
Hopefully.
We're both at a point where we kind of know a lot of underground artists and could maybe give them a platform to come in here and talk about their music, things like that, potentially as something to do in the future. How about you, Tyler? You got anything you want to add in that regard?
I mean, I don't know. Just as long as we don't gotta talk about KD or Kyrie.
Yeah,
I think we should be
problem.
alright.
We probably will have to talk about that,
Oh
but
my
we'll try to avoid it for a little bit. No problem. First thing that I definitely wanted us to talk about is JID and SMINO.
Yes,
So
sir.
Tyler and I got to see JID and SMINO live in New York, Terminal 5, alongside his brother and my wife. It was a really, really, really great time. And actually, me and Tyler got to meet JID himself.
It's backwards, but he signed it.
Now you can read it perfect, actually.
For real?
It reflected perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, it reflected
Yeah.
perfect.
He signed my rhyme book.
So Tyler, talk about that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
Interaction.
I told Toka like prior to even like when we were on the line and everything like that. I told him like, you know, I wasn't really like hyping myself up too much, but like when we actually got there, I was like, holy fuck, like we gonna meet JID. Like, so it was super sick. Like everyone started like looking through and like seeing him meet everybody, and everyone was like, oh my god, he's like right there, like holy shit. And I was still like, my heart was still pumping. I was like, okay, like I don't know if I should dap him up or like if I should just do a quick fist bump. I decided on the fist bump because I didn't want to fuck that dap up. But it was super cool. Like he was a super genuine like guy. I told him about like how much his music meant to me, how much he means to hip hop in general. I thanked him for like everything that he was doing. It was just a really, really special moment for me. And I told him like, you know, like your music means the world to me, like especially for my songwriting. So it would mean a lot for you to sign my rhyme book. And he did. And he was like, dude, that's so cool. Like, thank you so much. And we took some pictures, everything like that. And then I had to get out of there so that Toka could meet him as well. But it was a really cool moment.
Yeah, that was so sick, bro. Like that's so sick that he signed the rhyme book too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a really cool opportunity. Just to see someone that we've been listening to for years, and just get
Literal
to tell
years.
him to his face like, hey, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate the music you make, and you inspire me like constantly. I mean, literally, since DiCaprio 2, I've had JID in my top 5 favorite rappers, like just personal favorites of just rappers to listen to, and
I think me as well. Yeah.
yeah, and because he's just that amazing, and we got to actually just interact with him, bump, a fist bump, whatever, talk to him. That was such a cool moment.
Well, you got to dap him up as well. So
I did get to dap him up at the end. I did instinctually.
You didn't fuck that up.
I didn't mess it up, thank God. That was really, really, really cool. He didn't sign anything for me, but I was just really excited to, tell him that I'm pretty much like a student of his. I didn't phrase it that way, but for those watching at home, I am a student of JID. In the same way I'm a student of hip hop, I am a student of JID, and he's influenced a lot of my musical taste and a lot of my penmanship, to the point where it is now, because he's so sharp and technical and just incredible. So just getting to tell him that was really cool, and getting to take the picture too that we're gonna have forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the rest of our lives. That's just cool. Little first time we met JID, and hopefully we're gonna get to work with him.
Hopefully work with him, yeah, and even open up for him, some shit like that. That would be super sick.
That would be so cool. That would be really, really cool.
Yeah, like off what you said, like definitely, it's been cool, like really awesome listening to his music, but as artists ourselves, it's like we learn from him every single time we fucking press play on like Edit and Eddie, or like press play on fucking surround sound, some shit like that. Like it's cool to see how he flows on the beat, but also talks about such substantive like topics. So it's really awesome to like hear him and learn from him.
Even just like his album construction, because now with the Forever Story, right?
Yeah.
Like there's the songs and the beat switches and everything. Like there's just so much detail. So when you have that much detail going into a project, there's so much to learn from. There's so much to gather. There's so much inspiration there.
Literally, like the next album I'm making, like every beat switch, like your album had, like every beat switch, like
for sure
is. I see it as the same way that he built his album. I was like, okay, I'm going to include these beat switches to have extra narrative to the album. So it's like very inspiring, and it just made me think about beat switches and the smoothness of them in a different way. It was really cool.
Yeah, because it's like every time he beat switches, he's either entering a new flow, entering a new perspective, or, right, completely different, a new vocal inflection. Like that amount of detail going into songs is honestly refreshing. Like when the Forever Story came out, I think for every hip hop fan, it was refreshing, because it was like, wow, this is someone that still cares about what he's doing. Same thing with Kendrick.
Someone who's still young, like still really young in the game.
Yeah, so someone that's only been popular since 2017. You know what I mean? That's only about 5-6 years, but by the time Forever Story had dropped. And this is only his third project. That's really exciting, that for someone that's making a name for himself constantly every year, only on his third project, and it's incredible. You know what I mean? It was my personal album of the year, which is another reason why I was so excited to go. Is that Forever Story was my album of the year, and Love for Rent by SMINO was in my top 10 albums of the year.
Oh my God, SMINO was so cool to see too. That shit was
very
sick.
Cool, bro.
That was awesome. Like his energy was so sick. He's such a funny fucking person. I wish if I had the chance, I wish I could have met him as well. But like, oh my God, that was so sick.
That would have been really cool to somehow meet them both. Would have been really sick. But yeah, so let's jump into SMINO's set. For us, SMINO went second, but he entered crazy with Clink. That was amazing. The energy was insane.
Expect him to open with Clink. That was really cool.
Me neither. Yeah, I didn't know what he was gonna open with, but for some reason Clink didn't click in my head like it was gonna be.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Yeah, no, literally, and it was really cool to see like him even performing a lot of stuff off of some stuff off of Black Swan. Not a lot of stuff, but like some things. He did Tequila Mockingbird. He did
Netflix and Duce.
Anita. He did he do Wild Irish? He did Wild Irish. Yeah.
Wild Irish. He did Flea Flicka a little bit too, which was awesome. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And these are some of my favorite SMINO songs. So just to hear that, hear it live was so great. That was amazing.
I find it like actually really cool that he closed. I wasn't expecting him to close. I thought it was gonna be SMINO then JID.
Okay.
But it was cool that he closed, because after having like everything with JID, like it was so turn up and like a consistent like really like hype set list for JID. And not to say that SMINO's wasn't, but it felt like very refreshing and like after all of that like jumping and like screaming. It was nice to have that laid back, like really cool SMINO vibe. You know, I mean, we all know his music. Like it's very chill with like the same technicality that JID has. So it was really nice to just like be able to like relax a little bit, but like end off on that note. It was awesome.
And especially for me, like just being with my wife, it was a really cool mood and a really cool vibe. That like sometimes we were just dancing together. That's it. You know what I mean? Like we were just having fun, like moving a little bit back and forth with whatever room you have with the crowd.
Yeah, we barely had any room because it was a fucking packed out show. But yeah.
And we were like right at the front.
In the front. Yeah.
So we were just like push against the thing a little bit. But it that was such a great set. Really, so SMINO was great. When he needed to bring hype, like on songs like Clink.
He did. Like, he brought the energy. Matinee, Pro Freak, all of that.
Yeah.
Shit too. So,
but everything else, it was just like this smooth sing along.
I mean, Euphoria. Oh my
Euphoria was
God.
Amazing
was
live.
Crazy.
I like Euphoria more live than I do on the actual album.
Which is crazy.
And I love
one
that.
of my favorites.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite songs off the album.
So like cool. Hearing it live was great. Pro Freak was everything I wanted live. As well. Pro Freak was amazing.
And show love to the fucking the backup singer too, because she killed that too. That was really
killed
sick.
that.
Really sick.
He had like his DJ, whoever was in control of
Nos.
the songs. Nos, yeah. Nos was great.
Really sick.
Yeah, that was just great. Oh my God, he did I Deserve It, which was amazing. Oh my God, that's one of my favorite SMINO songs. Overall, man, SMINO set was just incredible. Really great set.
So cool.
And first time seeing him perform live. We did have the fortune of seeing JID once before.
Yes, he opened for Logic for his.
Yes, him and Corday.
For which tour was that? Confessions. That was the Confessions.
Yeah, it was Confessions. Yeah, Confessions.
That was really cool.
But yeah, getting to see SMINO for the first time was incredible. Getting to hear the songs live for the first time.
Also seeing Jordan Ward, who
now we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, now is one of my like favorite artists because like his energy on stage instantly right out the gate was perfect. Like his crowd control was sick. He opened up with such like vibrant and like hype energy. It was so awesome. And now I fucking listen to like a shit ton of his songs. Like his new album was great, and I would never have known that if not for fucking the concert. Shout out him. That was amazing.
Shout out Jordan. That was crazy because I had just heard of him the day before because of Annabelle. Annabelle was saying how she was going to the album release or something.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, because he had an album release party while he was in New York because his album dropped that day before, that Friday.
That's so sick.
Right. So that was really cool. Like just hearing his name and literally not hearing a second of music. Just being like, okay, cool, he's gonna open. I can't wait to see him. And then go to the show and him completely win me over as a fan. Like with just amazing dancing, amazing energy, amazing like singing. And we were talking about this. I don't know how he screamed and then just proceeded to sing beautifully. He would just jump back and forth.
No sense. And the way he sang was like very reminiscent of someone like Frank Ocean would sing, and someone like just some really like smooth R&B, like but very relaxed. But then he'd fucking scream again and just activate the crowd every single time. Like it was ridiculous. And everyone was dancing. Everyone was turning up. It was amazing.
It was honestly like a masterclass, like for opening acts. Yeah. The fact that he was able to get a crowd as involved as he did
for a SMINO
knowing,
JID concert
that they're here for SMINO and JID, and there's probably fans in there, of course, of Jordan Ward, but there's probably also people who are just hearing him for the first time, like we were. Yep. And it was incredible, and it was so easy to get into and to set the mood right, to set the energy off right for the whole show.
So cool.
And now, literally, I can't stop listening to Lil Baby Crush. Like that song now,
I fucking listen to that all the time, dude.
That is that's my thing now, bro.
Sick. Like,
literally, it's like my
that, and I Don't Care, and White Crocs too. White Crocs is really cool.
White Crocs is great.
White Crocs.
And Fam Jam 4000. I love that one. Those are my ones,
dude. Fucking crazy, bro.
It's great, and it's like wow. Now we just got put onto one of the best albums I've heard so far this year. You know what I mean? And an amazing up and coming artist. Like that's great.
Yep.
And Yeah. So I'm definitely excited. Jordan Ward is now on my radar. I'm excited to listen to more from
Mine
him.
as well.
And to hopefully work with him one day would be amazing. His voice is brilliant.
Yeah.
I like his songwriting. It's really like playful, but at the same time like mature.
His
really,
his songwriting
really cool.
feels like I don't know if you know, like Super Duper Kyle.
Yeah. That's
he
true.
reminds me of
I
Kyle
feel that.
a lot.
It's like Kyle, but not in the hip hop lane. Just kind of like in an R&B sense. You know what I mean? That's cool. Yeah, you're right. Before SMINO said and after Jordan Ward said, we went in weird order. We had JID, being the first.
Yes, we did.
The before SMINO, and that was incredible. JID was amazing.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I'll go ahead and let you take this one. How did you feel about this set?
There's really no fucking words to express that set, because even the fact that we saw him already, seeing his own show was so different, because like,
yeah,
it was put together like a fucking movie was.
Yep.
Like he even when he did surround sound, that shit was so sick. Like,
yes,
the fact that he showed the history of the song, like with the, I think the Nas track, right? So he showed
the
he showed the original one, the Most Def track, and then of course his. It was so cool, like seeing the order of it, and it, like, oh my god, he killed that shit. He fucking killed that shit. And then seeing live instrumentation too for Sista and seeing live, like, kind of live instrumentation for working out. The way he puts that track together live was crazy with the trumpet.
Yep.
Fucking sick. It was a beautiful set, and like, I think he chose the perfect songs in the perfect order for everything. It was amazing.
Yeah, honestly, I completely agree. It kind of felt like he was telling a story, like a progression through the set list itself.
Yep.
But not in like, I don't know, like in a corny way or something. Just in a way that it was just natural and free flowing. And if you think about it, you'll realize. But if you're not thinking about it, you're just having fun at the concert, you're enjoying it.
You're still having a good time, yeah.
Right. And yeah, that was just so cool. Like, even with Off the Zoinkies, which was one of my favorite songs from ever, maybe my favorite. Him showing the sample for it, then going into the song,
so
like you
sick.
said with with surround sound.
Yeah.
Him going from the sample to Mrs. Fat Booty into surround sound, like that was incredible. How he'll pay homage to hip hop, or he'll pay homage to the music that he's inspired from, and that's really cool that he makes a very active effort to include that in his set list. And I hope that's something he continues to do in like his future tours and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was really, really, really cool.
Opening with Never.
Crazy. Which made sense in my head afterwards, like about the progression. Yeah. But when he did, I was like, we're starting like so this, like we're starting on here, like.
And he did both beats too, so it was perfect. It was amazing.
Oh my god! And you brought it up, the live instrumentation for both JID set and SMINO set. Yeah. Like the drummer.
Oh my god, the
drummers was going crazy.
Drummers were crazy all night.
I don't even know what that instrument was. It was like an accordion guitar.
I know, yeah. It's in my head. Fucking insane.
Whoever he was on JID set just kept soloing like crazy and just had like this guitar, keyboard, electric thing, and that kind of sounded like a synth almost, and it was just incredible. And he was soloing out of his mind. He would just jump every other song and onto the stage and do it and killed it. Not to mention like the keyboard players and both of their sets were amazing.
Yeah.
That was just a really cool touch that they found a way to bring in live instrumentation. You know what I mean? This isn't like a gigantic stage where they have all the room in the world.
Yeah.
So for them being able to make room for that electric drum kit, have room for the performer to do what they do, and then also have the computers and the keyboards and whatever, was just really, 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 really cool. Honestly, it was really cool to see.
Crazy. And not to mention the fact that like even sometimes between songs, like he'd take time to just like look out in the crowd and like read things that fans wrote, like everything like that. It was so sick. He was such a like good performer, but also just a really good host. Like the fact that he was welcoming everyone and like saying like, what's up, yo, like thank you, I love you too, like thanks for listening to my music, things like that to the crowd like mean the world. It was,
sure.
it was so cool.
And you know, he was even polite enough. Both of them were at the end of the set. They finished the show. I'm sure they're probably tired because they just did all this performing for the last hour.
Yep.
And they just went ahead and started signing people's things. People were coming to the front, getting signed, getting shirts signed, getting vinyl signed.
Yeah,
like,
it was funny. It was funny for the vinyls because like at the end, like at the very end, he saw another vinyl on stage and he looked at it, picked it up, went, and then just put it down and like left the stage because he didn't know whose the fuck it was.
Yeah, like whose it was.
So he just left it there. It was so funny.
It was so weird. It was like on like the steps. You
know
what I mean?
I don't know how the hell it
background.
got there, but
I don't know who threw it that far. That it went.
I mean, that vinyl's broke anyways. So
yeah, for sure.
Fucking
for sure.
Crazy. So great. Like they're both
real.
great people, both great personalities, and their sets were perfect. The entire concert was perfect in general. So good.
Honestly, it's one of these shows that I've been to where I felt like I just want to see them again. Yeah. I would really be totally open to just seeing JID perform again next SMINO tour. Too. Seeing SMINO do it again next tour. I think this will be awesome. Yeah. And what a cool experience it is for these two legendary artists, in my opinion, to have a tour together. Like, I felt like we were watching history, like for us to go and in one night watch JID so and cool. SMINO.
Both artists Jordan that Wood. We've been trying to keep up with for like years, and it's like it's really cool seeing the evolution of their style and their music. It was so cool seeing like how natural it was for them, and I really love the fact that like even SMINO is like going to Europe after this tour to tour again for it. I saw really that cool.
Euphoria tour. Yeah, his own thing.
So cool.
That's gonna be really, really awesome. And I know that before this tour, JID last year went on his European tour already too, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, honestly, what an amazing night! Like, just what a great night. You also got the SMINO merch. You got the sweater.
I did, yes. And he signed my phone case as well, which is really cool.
He signed your phone case. Yeah. So you got 2 signatures, bro. 2 signatures that night.
Yeah, but like this one wore off. But I did. I took obviously, but I took a picture of it. It was really cool.
That's so sick, bro.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Very happy about it.
Yeah. Honestly, just a great night. Definitely want to see them again. Yeah. Wishing them the best. Always going to be supporters of these 2 artists. Because they're just putting out amazing work consistently.
And they're great people, too.
Yeah, and they just have really cool energies about them. They were super nice to everyone. Again, we met JID, and he was just so kind.
Yeah.
And, honestly, really, really cool experience. So I guess since we're on the topic of JID and SMINO, we can talk about them kind of like a broader way. Like, where do you think, when everything's said and done, JID and SMINO rank in like all-time rappers? Because like right now, for example, right now, for me personally, JID's like in my top 5, and SMINO somewhere
of all time
up there. No, of like personal to listen to favorite, like my personal.
I think I'd agree with that based off of like last year, especially just hearing their projects.
I wouldn't obviously assume any like the casual hip hop fan to have them anywhere in the top 10.
Right.
But do you think like, future, maybe let's say JID dropped 3 more albums, Forever Story, quality or better, and SMINO did the same thing for Love for Rent, quality or better. Like, where do these guys rank all the time? Because for right now, I think at least any hip hop fan would have to agree they're like top 50.
Right.
Like, if you've listened to them.
I'd say it's definitely higher for JID than it is for SMINO. But on my personal list, I feel like JID and SMINO are like really fucking close. Really but of all time, like an all time list, I'd say they're like at least like 5 to 6, maybe 7 slots away. But I'd say JID, if he does fucking drop 3 consecutive incredible albums, easily top 5. Easily top 5.
Because
it's crazy. Because he's already like getting to the point of like, oh, people are saying like he's the next Kendrick type shit.
Yeah.
So he's already getting that praise. So if he does the same shit that Kendrick's doing and drops hits after hits after hits with substance and everything like that, with incredible beats, great features, if he does that shit, easily top 5, at least top 10. of all time.
Because, when I think about Kendrick Lamar, right, I think about someone who takes time to put extremely detailed, well-made albums out.
Yeah.
And when I think about JID, I think the exact same thing. You know what I mean? But him obviously being earlier in his career right now, this only being his third large, huge project, solo project. Like, for me, it's really, I don't know. I imagine that if he could, like, really just keep on this, like, consistency that he's doing right now and keep, like, evolving and reshaping himself.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. I think he's at least top 10 at the end of that. And then SMINO is just interesting. I think he won't get the same credit as a rapper because
there's a different style of music.
Is like, yeah, the style of music lends itself also to R&B a lot of times, or alternative R&B, which is amazing also because he does the music amazingly well. But was it not last year? It was either last year or the year before. I was talking to you and Raymond. Shout out Raymond, by the way. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I was saying, like, who's messing with SMINO? Like,
right.
like really, like, SMINO goes on these features and does all these things. Who's actually going bar for bar with SMINO right now? There's not a lot of rappers that were rapping as good as SMINO has been rapping for the past couple of years.
Nobody in their generation of rap can actually keep up with them. I think they're top 2 in their generation of rap because it's fucking crazy. Like, I think the only one speed-wise that could catch up with SMINO is, like, outside of JID, is, like, Ski Mask or something like that.
Yeah. But the flows SMINO has are so intricate. No, and they're so amazing.
Nobody can compete. Not even JID can compete with his flows. It's like, it's crazy because, like, he has such different ways of approaching beats and music in general. It's like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. I don't
honestly
see it.
They're the only ones who can really, like, mess with each other. Like, they're really, like, the only ones who mess with each other.
Which is why it's only right they toured together and sold out. And sold out literally every show. Like, they're only going up from here. It's fucking ridiculous.
And honestly, I think that the conversation around SMINO, he deserves more respect because when he's rapping, which is a lot, even on his own songs, he's rapping on a lot of his songs. It's not his fault that he can just also go sing beautifully.
Well, he melodically raps.
Harmonize, you know what I mean? Yeah, and that's his style.
Yeah.
And he deserves a lot more respect because even on a lyrical side, right? I don't think he's as consistently substantive as JID is, but he is a master at wordplay, and he'll hit you with these super funny, super clever, like, punchlines.
The SMINO-isms are insane. The smisms are crazy.
The SMINO-isms are insane. It's crazy, and he deserves a lot of respect.
So cool. Boom, 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 SMINO Shima.
Crazy. And it's like, dude, like, even on a feature like I know we both love Claymore. Isaiah Rashad featuring SMINO. Oh my
fucking god, dude!
He took over that track.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Isaiah did his thing, but SMINO just took it over at the end.
Right, but when he came on, you're kind of like, oh my god, there's no one else that could have actually fit this beat more perfect than SMINO. And that's when you start to realize that. You look back at, like, a bunch of his other features, like Sacrifices. Who could have done that better than SMINO? He has a song. Yeah. Doesn't he have a song with, like, not a dude, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it right now. Keep talking.
He has it. He had one of his really ones is with Khalid. Khalid,
yeah.
He killed
that one too. Was really good.
He killed the track with Boogie. On Boogie's album.
Yes, that one was so cool, man.
On More Black Superheroes.
Dragon Ball Do-Rag as well. That one was fucking insane.
Oh, yeah, the remix. Yeah. Honestly, like, you know what I mean? So definitely good. SMINO deserves more respect in the game. His name deserves more respect. He's really incredible. Super incredible talent.
Oh, man. So good.
So shout out JID and SMINO, man.
Shout out all of them, bro.
An amazing show. Just being an amazing artist. Shout out hip-hop.
The Sid one. That was the feature. His feature with Sid.
Oh.
So cool. And the one with Yeba. Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
He fits with anyone. The fact that he was on a track with Yeba. What the fuck?
Yeah, that one's really good.
Crazy.
And The one he just dropped. I don't know if you heard it yet. It's with Baby Rose. Her name is. You remember she was on Revenge of the Dreamers 3.
Yeah, I didn't know they dropped a song together.
They just dropped it like around the same time of the concert. So I listened to it and that was really good too. I need to listen to more of her music. Her voice is very unique. It's really really amazing. Yeah, she's super talented.
Oh, what song was she on the Dreamville album?
I forgot the name. Pissing me off.
I'm a look right now. I got you. Dude, did you listen to the fucking... She was on Self Love. That song was great. Self Love. That song was great. Did you listen to the soundtrack for Creed 3 that Dreamville did?
So I didn't listen to it yet. Okay. I'm a little behind right now. I have to listen to that, and I have to listen to all of College Park too.
Oh, please listen to College Park because it's so beautiful. It really is. Especially for us because we're such like actual like Logic fans when he was making the music that he was making.
For sure.
So like that's why this album's really cool because it feels really old school.
That's great. What did you think of the Creed soundtrack overall?
So I thought it was interesting. I thought number one, Reason, incredible. Reason is such a good rapper, and he's on 2 of the tracks, and it's so good. I thought it definitely fits the scheme and the entire thing of the movie. Thought some of the tracks were a little different, a little strange, especially the one that J. Cole has, the interlude. It's a little different.
He was only on 1 track, right?
Yeah, he was only on 1 track. I'm a little salty about it, but it's fine. But the song with Boogie, perfect. I think from the song with Ari on to Baby Rose is on this album as well. I think from the song with Ari down is some of the best songs, and other than the one with JID, the one My Boy, I think it was. My Boy
with flute, right?
Yeah, that one was really good. I think from Ari down though, great album, really great album.
Wow. Okay, I definitely gotta listen to it. So for next episode, I can give some thoughts. I definitely gotta listen to that.
Yeah, you really should. I think you like a lot of the tracks. They're very they're very cool. Especially the other one with JID, his second one, so sick.
Since we're kind of since we're talking about these albums and whatnot, we're in March now. What's kind of been your favorite albums that you've heard from this year so far?
Oh, good God. Dude, because I can't really say I have a favorite one yet because Daniel Caesar hasn't dropped his. And I know it's going to be that one when he does drop it.
My favorite singles of the year already are from
Daniel Caesar. All from him. I have to listen to the Slow Tie album because he just dropped.
Yeah, I still listen to Slow Tie either. I'm so behind.
Yeah. I can't wait for this Black album because that last single was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I loved the Don Toliver album, actually. That one's really nice.
Did you listen to Cali?
Nope. I have to.
I have to. Venus.
Lil Yachty. What the fuck, man?
He's got it, bro.
Yo, he back. He's killing this shit.
I have a lot of albums to listen to, but that Lil Yachty one was really, really surprising. I really liked it. It was really good.
I was really so shocked, dude. And that's not to say he's been a terrible artist. It's just to hear him sounding like that on beats like that is amazing. It was so cool,
refreshing. It was just such a great listen. The production was so detailed. I love the production. I love that he went for something different. Yep. I think it totally hit for him. I want to hear him experiment more.
Perfect though. It was really so cool, and everything he did with the synths and shit like that on that album is so cool.
That's a side to Lil Yachty I've never seen before, and I'm glad he brought it out here because really that was incredible. That was really, really great. That song, Drive Me Crazy,
oh my fucking
by
God.
Far my favorite song of the year so far. Or
one of them, because I mean...
Yeah, at least one of them.
I mean, Let Me Go is just too hard.
Let Me Go is crazy, yeah. That's true, Let Me Go is crazy.
Dude, that's so cool. I think probably my favorite of the year is College Park, just so far. But cool. I again have to listen to this Slow Tie album and the Kaliuchis album.
Yeah,
so it could change, but I think right now it's the College Park album because I mean the shit he did on that was so cool. It was so throwback. It was When you get to self-medication, you're gonna be like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like it's such a perfect song, and like the album is really nice. It's very refreshing to see him like, not, I don't want to say going back to like his roots and things like that, but a lot of it was reminiscent of Young Sinatra and Under Pressure and things like that.
That's great, and that's my favorite era of Logic music.
Yeah,
so
I think it's a lot of people's. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
wearing the Bobby Tarantino fucking hoodie,
Hey.
but I mean, like I I love Logic. I really fuck with a lot of the shit he puts out, even the stuff that some people hate. I still kind of fuck with. I think he did such a great job putting together this album, getting all the samples and the beats and just matching it with the features sounds. Really good job. I mean, having the opening song be with the RZA is so cool.
I'm so excited to hear this. Yeah, I have to listen to it. Honestly, I've only heard good things. Obviously, I know that you're saying it's amazing right now too. Yeah. But just on like TikTok and different hip hop,
everyone loves self-medication.
Everyone's talking about
everyone loves that.
I heard everyone loves self-medication. Seth MacFarlane's on that one, right?
Yep.
Is that self-medicated?
Sorry, Frank Sinatra is apparently on that one. Frank Sinatra. Fucking crazy. And Static Select did the beat too with Logic. Nice. It was really cool. And the return of C. Castro. Return of Castro. So also, cool, man.
Logic definitely deserves respect as a producer, especially after what he did on Vinyl Days and everything. I think he deserves a lot of respect for that because
he's really good with sample usage, man. Like, for sure, he's really good at identifying like a sample and like understanding how to use it for his type of shit. And not even just on Vinyl Days, but even on No Pressure. What he did on No Pressure was really cool. Like with 5 hooks.
Whew. Oh yeah, 5 hooks is amazing.
So sick.
You know what's interesting? Just while we're on the Logic conversation, I remember on Dad Bod, he has some sort of lyric where I'm paraphrasing, but he says like, what do these people want me to talk about? How I'm taking care of my baby.
Yeah, that's the entire thing of the song.
Things, right. That's the whole thing.
So good.
And I love that song, and I really enjoy No Pressure. But I think it's so cool that he can still make these albums and like just kind of prove himself wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah. That it's not just all he can talk about or whatever, or that he doesn't have anything interesting to say.
Like, we still love his wordplay. Like, the way that he puts together bars is really interesting and cool. When he actually goes and like takes his time, and which is what he did with this album, really, because like we saw Bobby Tarantino 3 was kind of like a joke, whatever. And then Vinyl Days was, of course, to get off of Def Jam, but in a respectful and like cool way for music and for hip hop.
For sure.
For this one, he said he's been working on it for like, I think for years. Like, so it's really nice to see. The same for No Pressure. So when we get albums like that, like, it's hard to say that Logic's like not a good rapper and not respectful of hip hop, because he really is.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, even if you don't like some of his albums, like for example, I'm not a fan of all of Logic's albums. You know that.
Yeah.
I love a lot of his early discography, and then there's a lot of albums that just didn't hit for me at all.
Right.
But you have to respect, always that Logic is someone who is really passionate about hip hop, and someone who has a lot of love and a lot of respect for hip hop, and he goes out of his way to try and honor hip hop in all of his music.
He will always pay homage to the greats. Always.
For sure.
He always respects the art form, which is why I think he's such a good artist. And I don't know, I feel like he doesn't deserve a lot of the hate that he gets. Especially because he's always trying to spread, like, I know it's cringe, but like he's always trying to spread a positive message. So that's why I can never like truly disrespect him and hate anything that he puts out, especially when he loves what he puts out so much. I feel like a lot of artists do like put music out that they really don't like adore. He always loves his music. So that's why I try to respect him as much as I can.
He seems like a very well-intentioned person. I've always been able to respect that extremely. And yeah, I love a lot of the messages he has in his works and his albums, and just even in his brand, you know what I mean? And he stands up for a lot of positive things. And I'm glad that people are kind of it was really popular a few years ago to just hate Logic. It was really popular,
especially because of Joe Budden. But whatever, we ain't going to fucking talk about him.
That's true. We can't be starting podcast beef yet, Tyler.
Especially when they ain't going to even hear the shit.
But yeah, just to get to a point now, I think it started with No Pressure, that people are starting to respect him and what he does, and acknowledge when he makes something really good. And when he dropped No Pressure, people are like, that's really good. When he dropped Vinyl Days, people were like, oh, nice. That's better than I thought it was going to be as a 30-track album. Vinyl Days is one of the best 30-track albums I've ever heard in my life.
Me too.
I hate albums that are that large.
I had no idea he had that shit in him to even drop a 30-track album like that. But to be fair, a lot of it is skits, and the skits are great. The Nardwar really thing is creative. Cool. The Earl Sweatshirt one is cool. It's so
Fantano.
Sick. He had Aaron Judge too. Like, this is cool. It's funny. Like, it was really nice to see that shit.
It's cool for him to like kind of flex like his connections or people that he knows.
Definitely. J.J. Abrams. Damn.
Yeah, like just have these people here. But it's also fun, like, to just hear these people on an album and
all supporting and talking about how good, like, of a person Logic is and their respect for him.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really nice.
So shout out Logic, man.
For real.
Definitely gonna listen to College Party to get that ready for the next episode. Next episode, we're gonna be talking definitely about some of these albums that have come out over the last couple weeks, and maybe talk about doing some
basketball.
Some basketball. Some other
we can
stuff.
Talk about some like personal shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make fun of some shit too. I think that'll be fun. I got a lot of shit to talk about in like, especially in school here. It's fucking crazy.
Bet. Okay. Yeah. So this is just a quick introductory episode to give you guys like an idea of how things are gonna be, and what we like to do and talk about. Thank you guys so much for being, if you listened this far and you listened to the whole first episode, we appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it to the maximum amount. I love you. I'm going to give you a kiss the next time.
Hey, yo! Can't be kissing all our viewers, bro.
Mwah.
That's how you get hurt.
Anyways.
All right.
Try not to let the personality shine through too much.
Nah, go ahead. Show all of
it. Yo.
All right, guys, we got to get the hell out of here. Thank you for listening to this or watching this first episode. Hopefully many, many, many more to come. We're going to try and hit y'all once a week. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Have a great one. Much love to all of you. And Tyler, any last words?
Nah, just love y'all. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy everything that we do out here. I hope you go like try to check out some of the music we putting out. So, yeah, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Peace. I see it. Look, I see it. Yo, shut the fuck up, Christian. Damn, bro, fucking hate you.
I love you.
Oh, bro, not here.
Was that fitting?
Well, is she around?
No, she's not.
All right, then I love you too. Damn.
Yeah, she don't even know.
It's okay. Mine's not here either. So we're good.